or ETIASs as they're known in Europe, are permission to travel schemes, and these have been introduced following Brexit for certain groups of people and allow them to enter or travel to a country. So the ETA scheme applies to people wanting to come into the UK, and the ETIAS scheme applies to people wanting to travel to 30 European countries. Certain groups of people will need ETAs or ETIASs, so advance permission to travel either into the UK or to 30 designated European countries. And these will largely be people who are known as non-visa nationals. So these are people who can already travel to these countries without needing a visa in advance. ETAs are coming into force this November, so from the 15th of November, anybody wanting to travel from Qatar to the UK will need an ETA. The ETIAS scheme is being introduced next year, and that will also coincide with the rollout of the ETA scheme to other countries as well. Applications for ETAs and ETIASs are done online or via a designated app. The ETA programme is supposed to return a travel authorisation document within 3 days, although it can take longer in certain situations, whereas the ETIAS system is supposedly going to be much quicker, returning travel permissions within a matter of minutes. ETAs will cost £10 per person, whereas ETIASs will cost €7 per person, and there are exemptions in certain circumstances. Physical proof of an ETA or an ETIAS won't be given. The applicant will get an email to confirm that their application has been approved, but the travel authorisation will be linked to their passport, and this allows them to travel without having to carry any additional documentation. So an ETA will last for 2 years, or if the person's passport expires in the meantime, it will expire at the same time as the passport. ETIASs, on the other hand, will last for 3 years. If a person applies for an ETA or an ETIAS, their application may be rejected if they don't meet the suitability criteria, and they'll be told if their application is rejected. With ETIASs, there is a possibility to appeal the decision, or the applicant can simply reapply if they feel they do now meet the criteria. If ultimately they aren't able to get advanced travel authorisation, then they will need another type of permission to enter the country that they're looking to enter. So this could be, for example, getting a formal visitor visa. It's really important that employers get to grips with these schemes, and if they are UK employers who are receiving staff from overseas, or if there are UK employers sending staff to Europe, for example, for business, then they really need to understand these new requirements. If an ETA or an ETIAS is needed and the person either didn't realise they needed to get one or forgot to get one in advance of travel, then this could result in them not being able to enter the country that they want to enter, or even being refused entry onto the plane before they travel. So it's really important that employers understand these new requirements and get to grips with them and make advanced travel plans so as to avoid any disruption to business. If you'd like to know more about the ETA scheme or the ETIAS scheme, join us for our breakfast briefing webinar on the 14th of November.